Welcome to the Armchair Bookers Christmas Chaos 2019 show. There, that's better than the fucking last take. Holy shit. Those last two were total clusterfucks, man. Yeah, I'm breaking the fourth wall again. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, not the Vampire Hardcastle, my co-host.
Christopher Steele.
Let's get this fucking shit over with. Hangman Page versus Dolph Ziggler in an opponent finisher to win match. Hangman and Dolph have a great match, back and forth. Every time one tries to hit a finisher on the opponent's finisher on the other, it's unsuccessful until Dolph baits Page by playing possum outside the ring and then getting on the apron and hitting him with his own flipping clothesline to win the match, giving him the All-Star Championship. So we have a new champion.
That's basically. I kind of wanted him to win it.
Right, and that would be the best way for it to have happened.
Plus, he is to show off it.
Right, he would be the one. He would be the one to use the most flashy of Hangman's finishers on him.
Right.
It makes total sense. Christopher Daniels versus Heath Slater. Christopher Daniels wins the first fall with Angel's Wings. Heath Slater wins the second fall by count out using handcuffs. The ref gets Christopher Daniels unhandcuffed. Christopher Daniels then wins the third fall with the best moonsault ever, triple moonsault combo thing.
And then like I said the last time, if Steelman was still
in control,
showing up, he would come out and strip
Christopher of the title.
It'd make it no title at all.
Right, this is basically like a gag $1 million title where every time someone wins it, they come out with their own specialized, like the FTW kind of championship. And Daniels leaves the belt on Slater and is going to introduce his Fallen Angel title. It's basically just the big ank on a fucking purple belt. Sandman versus Darby Allin for the Ultraviolent TV title. Typical ECW fare, just barbed wire thumbtacks, tables, flaming tables, the whole gamut. The lights go out, they think they lose power because they just did a big electrical box spot. But when the lights kick back on, they're strobing between red, black light, like the purpley black light and white. And the Fiend is on the stage and proceeds to just destroy Darby Allin and fucking Sandman and win the Ultraviolent TV title.
Inserting himself.
He inserted himself into the match because the Ultraviolent TV title has had many stipulations added, and Sandman basically said, if anybody wants to bring it at any time during one of my matches, go right on ahead, but I'm only defending it between the bells. I'm not 24/7, but as soon as that match starts, if you think you can freaking step up and be for competition, fine. Well, Fiend says, okay. And, leaves it at that. SCU versus the Revival for the tag team titles is straight up, down the line, clean as fuck match. No shenanigans, no interference. Christopher Daniels is exhausted from having fought Heath Slater.
Yeah,
He doesn't even come down. He wishes him luck in a promo beforehand. He's like, but I'm icing my shit.
And this is a streaming and not a pay-per-view.
Right, this is just a
YouTube stream.
Yeah, like an AEW Dark or something like that, where it's just like on YouTube and there.
Right.
It's free, no one's really paying for it.
Live stream.
SU defeats the Revival, but the Revival puts up one hell of a fight. End of the match, Revival and SU shake hands in a show of good sportsmanship because it was a nice, clean fight. No respect lost between the two. The main event of the show is Triple H versus The Miz with Maurice for the global title in a tables match.
Triple H. That was actually The Miz's stipulation.
Yep, he wanted a tables match.
And it's surprising, like you said before, when we started...
Yeah, when we started doing Armchair Bookers, I hated The Miz. I literally did a match to fire The Miz. And then, about a year and a half later... We brought The Miz back.
Thank you.
Because of his talking smack thing with Daniel Bryan. I was like, I'm earning respect.
The John Cena bit.
Yeah.
His John Cena.
He earned his way. He legitimately in the real world earned his way back into our fantasy wrestling because he showed that he has the passion and the character to be a good fucking wrestler. He should be world champion right. Brock Lesnar needs to drop that fucking title to The Miz right now. Period. I'd rather have Miz as world champion than Brock Lesnar. Because it'll be there every week. Even if he's not defended, it'll still be on the show and represented, and there will be feuds and will be matches.
Well, I kind of thought that this past pay-per-view when it was Daniel, or The Miz versus
The new Daniel Bryan?
No.
Or,
Bray Wyatt.
yeah.
Should have been a championship match.
Yep.
It wasn't against The Fiend.
No, it was against Bray.
It was against Bray. And he could have been... He brought out the blue title.
Uh-huh.
He should have dropped it to The Miz.
Right. And then The Fiend would be tooling around with his Fiend title.
And
Like
he's
nothing
like,
happened.
what? Then the Fiend would have to come after The Miz
Right.
to get the title back.
Right. That would have made a lot more sense. It really would have. But in Triple H versus Miz with Maurice at ringside, Triple H has Miz dead to rights at least 3 or 4 times to get him through a table, but Maurice just keeps inserting herself into the fray by moving the table out of the way. Triple H goes up for a superplex, and Miz gets a reversal on him and holds him in a full Nelson up on the top. And you know right where I'm going with this. Maurice sets up a table, and Miz skull-crushing finale through the table. Avalanche skull-crushing finale through the table to win the match. And we have a new global champion. And it is the A-lister, The Miz.
All right.
Honestly, I'm happy with what we're setting our champions as right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to update these on the page.
All right, so some picks.
Yeah.
How about who we want to see going into the Hall of Fame?
Oh yes, it's going to be that time of the season, so we can do this a few times.
I've already heard who's going in.
I know 2 sets of 2 inductees so far.
Well, I know
one. 5, but
it's 4 people.
2, because Batista's going in too.
Okay.
Batista got they're putting him in.
Yeah.
So it's Batista in the NWO, and I'm totally stoked for that.
You do know that because with the NWO, Eric Bischoff is not going in.
Yep.
And
that pissed off Tony Schiavone to no end. He's like, fuck those guys.
He told his family,
do not ever let them put me in the fucking Hall of Fame. Ever. And I'm with Tony on that one. That's fucking bullshit, dude.
So, I've heard though that Eric Bischoff will eventually be a Hall of Famer in the WWE. But
Wait, who will?
Bischoff.
Oh yeah.
But not Schiavone, because he said no.
I guarantee if they put Bischoff in by himself, Schiavone will change his mind. Schiavone will be like, okay, okay. And I can see Bischoff going in by himself into the Hall of Fame because he was the biggest competition Vince McMahon ever
Not just that,
faced.
but he actually did a pretty good job his first run as a general manager.
Yeah. Oh,
when he actually knew who the wrestlers were.
Yeah, dude, he did. Even when he didn't know who the fucking people were, he still is a great on-screen character.
Right. No, but his last run
was trash.
Was trash. He wouldn't even bother to show up to places.
Yeah. I don't think he really wanted to be there. You mean the SmackDown run he was doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he wanted to be there. I think he was like, all right, I'll help, and then saw how shit was and was like, nah, I'd rather not. Because even in 83 weeks, he's like, they sat me down and said, you're here. Okay. Here's what you do. Nothing. Just wait for us to give you orders. He's like, after 3 weeks of that, I'm like, no, I'm good. So I just stopped showing up because they weren't having him do anything creative. They weren't having him make any managerial decisions. He was just kind of sitting around at the fucking creative meetings. Anytime he'd pipe up, they'd be like, okay. And then just ignore him. So, like, what the fuck's the point of being
right,
here?
And so much of that was of SmackDown at that time.
Was Fox executives trying to get their shit in.
Not just that, but like a couple hours before the show. Nope.
Everything changes.
We're scrapping everything.
Yep.
We got to start all over.
Honestly, if Bischoff is smart, he'll start talks with AEW. Yeah. And people are like, well, that'd be just more going down the line of WCW. No, it wouldn't. You don't put him in a money-spending position.
Right.
That's not Bischoff's role anymore. Bischoff's role now is on screen. He should be the on-screen personality that is like the general manager or the
Right.
Actually, he should be fucking the head booker. Because when he was in control of head booking in WCW, shit went right. He told a concise story. He didn't fucking get halfway through something.
So, who are going to be your...
Oh, my picks for going into the Hall of Fame this year.
It doesn't have to be this year.
Oh, just period? Well, hopefully sometime down the line, Owen Hart.
All right. And then I'll take your other one, which is never going to happen. Chris Benoit.
Yep. I'll go with... I'm trying to think of ones that haven't... Everyone I'm thinking, I'm like, no, they're already in. No, they're already in. No, they're already in. Shit.
I got my next one.
They already did all the Von Erichs, so the fucking Texas Tornadoes fucking... They already did that one. They did him.
So if you don't take it here.
This is going to sound weird because he's not with them anymore. But fucking oh crap, it just slipped my fucking mind. He's not with them. Bad News Barrett.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely deserves a Hall of Fame.
Alright,
ring.
so my next one, Demolition.
Ah, yes, I would love to see them in, but I don't see that ever happening because of the lawsuit.
Yeah. Don't never say never.
I got my last one.
Alright.
Draws. If anybody deserves the fucking Warrior Award, it's goddamn Draws.
Alright, so my final. It's actually pretty tough because I guess you're like, this person is Rick Rude in?
No, I don't think Rick Rude is in. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Remember his kid came out and did his spiel, like to the fucking letter perfectly.
All right, the Genius.
Yeah, because it was only Macho Man, wasn't it? It should have been the whole Poffo family, honestly.
It should have been, but it was just
honorable mention. A couple honorable mentions actually. Taz.
All right, I'm gonna honorable mention Miss Elizabeth.
Yes. Sherry.
Luna,
yes. The Oddities, actually. Because the Oddities, in and of themselves, were just an entire group of legends. It's fucking Earthquake.
Right.
Fucking Giant Baba from Japan. Or not Giant Baba, Giant Silva from Japan. And fucking Kurgan. And... Oh yeah, no, Baba wasn't with them.
Baba was.
No, it was... It's Silva. Giant Silva is the one that... It was the one that always came out in the... Like, he was the same size as Kurgan, but, like, a little bit darker. And Luna, the ICP. ICP's another one that should actually get a nod into the Hall of Fame, because, damn it, they helped define the Attitude Era throughout all three major companies. They were in all...
Alright, so that'll be our show.
Yep.
Merry Christmas to all.
Yes. Like, share, subscribe.
And to all, a Christmas carnage.
Yes. Like, share, subscribe.
Comment.
Tell your friends.
Tell your enemies.
Tell your frenemies. Until next time, book it right and
ring the bell.
Peace.
One world.